They started out as just simple ideas, a few pixels, a handful of code, but they became so much more. From the pixelated corners of the arcade to the massive worlds of today's online platforms, certain characters have risen above the rest. They became the face of franchises, the mascot of consoles, and the icons that define generations. They were downloaded into our culture, copied, pasted, and shared on every new platform. Their code became more complex, their worlds more vast, but their core remained unchanged. Welcome to Usefulest Perspectives. Today, we're honoring the top 15-ish most iconic characters in gaming history and why they're still just as relevant now as the day they first appeared. Let's break this down. Kicking this thing off at number 15, we have Pac-Man.
I will talk to him. He's my son.
Hello, my sweet little boy. Look how big you've grown. I'm so proud of you.
Every character on this list pays homage to this global phenomenon. Before Mario, before Sonic, there was a yellow circle with an endless appetite. In 1980, Pac-Man chomped his way into arcades worldwide, becoming the first true gaming superstar. Originally called Puck-Man in the US, later changed due to concerns that the letter P could be easily altered to an F by players damaging the arcade cabinets. Unlike the shooters of his time, Pac-Man introduced a simple yet genius idea: navigating mazes, dodging ghosts, and eating pellets. A formula so addictive it sparked Pac-Man fever and turned gaming into a mainstream phenomenon. Pac-Man not only was a hit game, he became a cultural icon, starring in cartoons, merchandise, and even topping music charts. Over 4 decades later, he still hasn't slowed down. With modern re-releases, championship tournaments, and cameos in blockbuster games like Super Smash Bros., Pac-Man remains a timeless symbol of gaming's golden age. Pac-Man didn't just survive the arcade era, he defined it, and his legacy continues to remind us where gaming all began. Shooting its way to number 14, we have Samus.
Why you never said you felt that way? Guess you're trying to stay strong and fake a smile until I look away.
In 1986, Metroid dropped players into a lonely alien world and gave them a hero unlike anything gaming had seen before. Samus Aran, a silent armored bounty hunter who battled space pirates and monstrous creatures. For most of the game, players assumed Samus was just another male action hero, but the big reveal? She was a woman, shattering expectations and making history. As one of the first female protagonists in gaming, Samus became a trailblazer, proving that strength, skill, and resilience have no limits. Over the decades, she starred in legendary titles like Super Metroid, the Prime Trilogy, and now the modern hit Metroid Dread. Each game pushed boundaries in exploration, atmosphere, and storytelling. Her influence echoes in cosplayers around the world. Her design allows for incredible creativity. Crafters spend countless hours perfecting the intricate details of her power suit. But it's not just about the armor, the Zero suit also offers a stunning and popular alternative. Today, Samus stands as both a Nintendo icon and a symbol of empowerment. From her 8-bit origins to her latest games, Samus remains the undisputed pioneer queen of exploration and action. In the world of fighting games, 2 warriors stand above the rest. Throwing them bitches at number 13, we have a 2-piece, Scorpion and Ryu.
Fatality. Impressive.
First from the East, Ryu, the wandering warrior from Japan's arcades. Ryu made his debut in Street Fighter back in 1987, embodying discipline, honor, and the pursuit of strength. His white gi, red headband, and signature became the symbol of fighting games. Ryu was not only that dude, he was the face of Street Fighter and the gold standard of skill. Then from the West came Scorpion, the specter of vengeance who emerged from the blood-soaked Mortal Kombat arcade cabinets, a hellspawn wrapped in yellow ninja attire. Unlike Ryu's calm discipline, Scorpion brought fire and fury. With his mask, spear, and the unforgettable catchphrase, "Get over here!" Scorpion became the brutal soul of Mortal Kombat. Together, they shaped fighting games as we know them. Ryu representing balance and mastery, Scorpion embodying raw power and rivalry. Decades later, both remain icons, headlining tournaments, appearing in crossovers, and also commonly making appearances in cosplay, proving that true legends never dodge the fade for ones. Spoiler, in the mid-90s when PlayStation needed a mascot to rival Mario and Sonic, one unlikely hero spun onto the scene. Spinning his way to number 12, we have Crash Bandicoot.
Then you've got to learn the 5 Ds of dodgeball. Dodge, duck, dip, dive, and dodge. If you master the 5 Ds, no amount of balls on earth can hit you.
Created in 1996 by Naughty Dog, Crash was a wacky orange marsupial with sneakers attitude and a tornado spin attack that instantly made him stand out. His games were fast, colorful, and full of personality, perfectly capturing the energy of the PlayStation era. He was the face of Sony's rise in gaming, leaping onto crates, smashing boxes, and outrunning boulders. Over time, he became a fan favorite with unforgettable titles like Cortex Strikes Back and Warped. And after a few years in the wilderness, Crash exploded back onto the scene. Crash Bandicoot Insane Trilogy and Crash 4, It's About Time brought him back. Fans old and new jumped right in, proving his appeal is absolutely timeless. Today, Crash stands as one of the most beloved mascots in gaming history, reminding people that fun, charm, and a little bit of chaos never go out of style. Coming in at number 11, think of the most legendary hero in RPG history. Odds are, you're picturing Cloud Strife.
Not yet.
In 1997, a new kind of hero was born. With Final Fantasy VII release, Cloud became an instant icon, a brooding mercenary with gravity-defying hair and one of the biggest swords gaming had ever seen. The star of the RPG Final Fantasy VII changed what video games could be. With his mysterious past, raw emotional struggles, and his legendary duel against Sephiroth, Cloud became much bigger than a character in a video game. He became the symbol of storytelling for gaming. Players didn't just play his journey, they felt it. Today, Cloud is a global phenomenon. Revered in cosplay, he's torn through the worlds of Kingdom Hearts and also crashed the party in Super Smash Bros. And with the ongoing remake series, his story is being retold with new layers of depth for a new generation. From that first swing of the Buster Sword to his legendary Omnislash, Cloud's journey is a masterclass in flawed heroism. His story proves you don't need to be perfect to save the world, you just need to be willing to try. Representing the new faces of PlayStation at number 10, we have another two-piece Snake and Kratos. Two legends, two paths of vengeance, one from the shadows of modern warfare, the other from the bloody myths of ancient Greece. They're both icons, but did you know Snake and Kratos started their journeys decades apart? First, let's do Solid Snake. He made his debut in 1987's Metal Gear, bringing something new to gaming: espionage. Instead of running and gunning, Snake taught players the art of stealth, strategy, and patience. With his gruff voice and iconic bandana, Snake became the face of tactical storytelling, blending action with cinematic drama long before it was the norm. Then, there is Kratos. The Ghost of Sparta erupted from the PS2 in 2005, a whirlwind of pure, unadulterated rage. He was the antithesis of the noble hero, a Spartan warrior consumed by vengeance against the gods themselves, turning Greek mythology into a brutally personal grudge match. One redefined stealth and narrative depth, the other redefined action and scale. Together they became the twin pillars of PlayStation royalty. And today, their legacies are immortal. Snake's story concluded in a masterpiece, while Kratos was reborn in the Norse realms, earning God of War acclaim as one of the greatest games ever made. Okay, we just paid respects to the titans of the PlayStation royalty, but now we're switching consoles and jumping into the green ring. For this next one, we're heading to Xbox with a soldier who defined a generation of online warfare. Shooting its way to number 9, we have Master Chief.
Sir, permission to leave the station.
For what purpose, Master Chief?
To give the Covenant back their bomb.
Permission granted.
I know what you're thinking, and it's crazy.
So, stay here.
Unfortunately for us both, I like crazy. Just one question. What if you miss?
I won't.
Master Chief got his start in 2001, not just as a game, but as a system-selling event. He was the face of the original Xbox, Master Chief Petty Officer John 117, a super soldier known not by his face, but by his sealed helmet and his unwavering resolve. He carried players through epic battles against the Covenant and beyond. Halo revolutionized first-person shooters with dope campaign storytelling with your friends. Xbox knew he wasn't going to be just another character, he was an avatar. Our avatar in a galactic war of unbelievable scale. He introduced millions to console online multiplayer, forging friendships and rivalries that defined a generation. Halo is widely responsible for the rivalry between Xbox and PlayStation, as many players opted to switch sides to the Xbox for its superior graphical power and groundbreaking online multiplayer service, Xbox Live, and which was pioneered by the Halo franchise. Today, his legacy is cemented in titanium. He is the undisputed flagship icon of Xbox. From his groundbreaking debut to starring in the television series, legendary in cosplay, the Chief hasn't just survived, he's evolved, remaining the pillar of Microsoft's entire gaming empire. Ever been teabagged in a game before? You can thank Halo Online multiplayer for that one. Swinging into number 8, our last two-piece, Donkey Kong and Kirby. The heavyweight champ DK has a hunger for bananas, and the pink vacuum Kirby, well, he has a hunger for everything. First, the king himself. Donkey Kong exploded onto the scene in 1981, not as a hero, but as the antagonist to Jumpman, a character you might know as Mario. But soon, he became a hero of his own. His Donkey Kong Country series in the 90s defined platforming adventures. With his red tie and larger-than-life presence, DK grew into one of Nintendo's most beloved icons. Today, DK remains a Nintendo heavy hitter, appearing in Mario Kart, Super Smash Bros., and recently, the Super Mario Bros. Movie, furthering his legacy. Then came Kirby, making his debut in 1992's Kirby's Dream Land on the Game Boy. A tiny pink puffball with an unstoppable ability, inhaling enemies and stealing their powers. Cute, charming, but secretly one of the most powerful characters in gaming. Kirby's colorful adventures prove that big impact can come in small packages. Kirby's adorable, diverse gameplay from platformers to racers have cemented his spot as one of Nintendo's most iconic heroes. Both started with simple ideas that grew into beloved franchises, evolving with the times while staying true to their roots. Which classic do you prefer? Let us know in the comments. Unapologetically taking over at the number 7 spot, we have Jonesy. In 2017, Fortnite exploded onto the scene, and at the center of it all was one unlikely face, Jonesy. Originally just a default skin, Jonesy became more than a placeholder. He turned into the symbol of Fortnite itself, the every player hero. Fans have seen him in countless forms: Agent Jones, Bunker Jonesy, even Action Hero Jonesy. His adaptability mirrors Fortnite's own evolution, constantly changing, always staying fresh. Through cinematic events, Jonesy has been at the center of reality-bending drama, each version telling a new chapter in the island's ever-changing lore. This constant evolution has made him more than just a character. He's the anchor being tying together Fortnite's wild multiverse. Today, he stands as perhaps the most recognizable new icon of the last decade. He's transcended the game. He represents Fortnite's massive impact on gaming culture, quickly becoming a juggernaut. He's the familiar face that connects us to the game's roots, no matter how many superheroes or celebrities show up. So next time you see a default skin, give a nod. It all started with Jonesy. Fortnite didn't start it, but they popularized the battle pass. It was the industry's value meal. $10 got you the burger, the fries, the drink, and the toy. Other games saw that and said, we can do that too, but for $10 we'll give you the burger. The fries are $5, the drink is $3, and the toy's in a separate loot box. Don't even ask for extra condiments. I wouldn't be surprised if they take the number 1 spot someday. Until then, pixelating into the number 6 spot, we have Steve. In a world of infinite blocks, one character stands as the ultimate avatar of creation, a silent figure whose only language is building, exploring, and surviving. Steve, the default character of Minecraft. At first glance, Steve was simple: square head, blue shirt, pickaxe in hand, but that's exactly what made him powerful. He wasn't just a character, he was you. A blank slate for millions of players to mine, build, and survive however they imagined. As Minecraft grew into the best-selling game of all time, Steve became its global face. From YouTube Let's Plays to classrooms using Minecraft for education, Steve's identity turned into a symbol of creativity and limitless possibility. He isn't iconic for a deep backstory or fancy moves. He's iconic for what he represents: pure, unfiltered potential. And today he's bigger than ever, starring in spin-offs, selling merch, and even battling it out in, you guessed it, Super Smash Brothers. Steve proves that you don't need flashy powers to be iconic. Sometimes all it takes is a pickaxe and a world of imagination. From the modern face of the world's best-selling game teaching us how to build, create, and survive, to a trailblazer that took that sense of exploration, added dual pistols with the iconic braid, she became the queen of ancient ruins. She is the original adventurer, breaking into our top 5 spot, Lara Croft. In an era dominated by male characters, Lara burst onto the scene as a confident, capable, and intelligent archaeologist. With her dual pistols and gymnastic abilities, she became an immediate phenomenon. She was more than a pioneer. She was a symbol of sheer determination. She didn't wait to be saved. She dove headfirst into danger, solving ancient puzzles and facing down myths made real. Today, her legacy is unshakable. From her Polygon origins, she's been reborn into a critically acclaimed modern series starring in major blockbuster films and remains a cornerstone of gaming culture. Her influence extends beyond video games and movies as she maintains her status as a cultural icon, inspiring many in the cosplay community and appearing in magazines and comics. Lara broke barriers and became one of the most recognizable faces in the industry. Decades may have passed, but her monumental legacy as a trailblazer and adventurer has only grown in power. Now it's time to blaze through some loops, tracks, and rings. Few are as instantly recognizable as our next icon. Running in at number 4, Sega's legendary blue blur, Sonic the Hedgehog. In 1991, Sega needed a mascot to compete with Nintendo's Mario in the console wars. They introduced Mr. Hedgehog, often misinterpreted as Mr. Needlemouse, the Japanese word for hedgehog. So what made him so iconic? He wasn't just fast, he was swagger with attitude. With his iconic spiky hair and red sneakers and the need for speed, he was the cool, rebellious alternative that defined a generation. His games were a rush of colorful worlds, killer soundtracks, and that thrill of blazing through loops faster than anyone had ever seen, with the feeling of unstoppable momentum and racing through a level so fast the screen could barely keep up. He ran straight off the screen and into a cultural icon. From his wildly successful movies, which have grossed over $1 billion globally, to new games and shows, the blue blur is everywhere. Comics, cartoons, and toys turned him into a household name, and his rivalry with Mario defined an entire generation of gaming. Although Sega stopped making consoles in 2001, Sonic has transcended onto new platforms. Decades later, Sonic is still running strong, proving that speed never goes out of style. Every legend needs a hero, every kingdom needs a champion, and for decades, one hero has answered that call time and time again. Coming in at number 3, Link. Often confused as Zelda to the casuals, he got his start in 1986 in the golden era of the Nintendo. He was intentionally designed as a silent protagonist and a link between the player and the fantasy world. This allowed millions of players to project themselves onto him, making his personal triumphs and failures feel like their own. In his iconic green tunic and armed with a sword and shield, his quest wasn't for glory but for salvation. From the very first Legend of Zelda, Link became the embodiment of adventure. Every quest, from rescuing Princess Zelda to battling Ganon, pushed players into vast worlds filled with puzzles, secrets, and unforgettable journeys. Today, his legacy is more powerful than ever. He is the star of the genre-shattering open-world masterpiece Breath of the Wild and its epic sequel, Tears of the Kingdom. He has evolved from a 2D sprite to the king of open-world exploration, yet he remains the same courageous hero we've always known. Link may be Nintendo royalty, but he shares the crown with another face that electrified the planet. Need a jolt of nostalgia? Want to know what makes a cultural icon truly electric? It's time to talk about the world's most famous mouse. Taking the silver medal home at number 2, we have Pikachu.
He called Bulbasaur.
That's Onion Turtle.
Geodude.
Punchy Rock.
Meowth.
That cat with them long ass arms.
Ekans.
Purple shit.
He called Diglett.
That's floor shit right there.
And Doug Trio.
That's 3 floor shit.
He called Weepin' Bell.
Oh, that's almost a pair.
Weedle.
Party Wiener.
Beedrill.
Everybody know that's Big Dick B.
He knew Pikachu, but everybody knows Pikachu.
Oh yeah, that's Pikachu right there.
In 1996, all the way from the Nintendo Game Boy, a small yellow Pokemon sparked a worldwide supernova. And that spark was Pikachu, but his true explosion into the stratosphere started as the star of the anime, Ash's loyal partner, and the emotional core of a story that inspired millions. He wasn't just a Pokemon, he was everyone's best friend. Then came his empire. He became the mascot of the highest grossing media franchise on the planet. The trading card game, his face is on iconic cards worth thousands. Movies, he's a box office legend. Video games, books, the Undisputed mascot, toys and merch. From plushies to backpacks, he flooded the globe. He was everywhere and we loved it. The cheerful electric heartbeat of a global obsession inspired Pokemon Go, a cultural reset that got the world exploring, uniting millions in the streets. Today, his reign is absolute. He's the king of Pokemon. While Ash's journey has reached its final chapter, Pikachu's power is still at 100%, charging full speed ahead, continuing to ignite that same sense of memories for a whole new era of trainers. Pikachu may be the face of a worldwide empire, but our number 1 spot belongs to the character who built gaming's kingdom, the face of gaming itself. Unanimously taking the gold medal home at number 1, we have Mario. He'd been doing this. In 1981, a little carpenter named Jumpman leapt onto the arcade screen in Donkey Kong. A few years later, he got a new name, new occupation, an iconic red cap with blue overalls, and a sweet mustache. Mario was born. Super Mario Bros. For the Nintendo became a sensation. Not only was it a fun game, it practically saved the video game industry. Its dope level design, iconic music, and intuitive gameplay made it a worldwide spectacle. He defined the platforming genre with a single leap. But that was just level 1. He didn't just get sequels, he conquered every genre imaginable. Mario has appeared in hundreds of games. Kart racing, he defined it. Sports, tennis, golf, soccer, he's done it all. RPGs, parties, fighting games. He is the ultimate versatile superstar. He pioneered 2D, revolutionized 3D, and decades later, still delivering masterpieces like Odyssey. And the games are just the beginning. This is about a cultural takeover. We're talking about mountains of merchandise, Toys, clothing, backpacks, lunchboxes, a sea of red and blue. He is a cosplay legend, the most recognizable outfit in every convention on Earth. Even theme parks carry his legacy. Super Nintendo World in Japan and the US lets fans literally step into Mario's world. A level of cultural impact no other video game character has ever achieved. And now, a box office titan with an animated movie that shattered records, the Super Mario Bros. Movie grossed well over $1 billion, proving his story resonates on the biggest screen possible. From the arcades of the 80s to the Switches of today, his core appeal never changed. He is the common language for gamers across 4 generations, a constant in a world of change. He's gaming's ultimate ambassador, recognizable by people of all ages across every country. He is the name on the household and the most iconic character in gaming history, who taught us that with enough courage and creativity, any pipe can lead to a new adventure. And there you have it, 15-ish of the most iconic video game characters in history, from the flashing lights of the arcade to the living rooms of the 90s and now the massive online worlds of today. These characters have stood the test of time. These aren't just regular protagonists, they are legends etched into our controllers. They are the stories we lived, the worlds we saved, and the friends we made along the way. And while Super Smash Bros. May have about 1 million fighters at this point, not all of them can carry gaming history on their shoulders like this crew can. Now smash that like button if this brought back some good memories, and subscribe if you enjoyed the nostalgic journey. They've survived console wars, evolved through generations, and conquered every screen imaginable. These icons reminds us why we fell in love with gaming in the first place. Now, we've given you our list, but the real fight starts in the comments. Which one of these icons truly deserves the title of the GOAT? Which character's legacy resonates with you the most? And did we leave anybody off our list? Let us know in the comments below. This is Useful as Perspectives. See you next time.